Hello, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Kurt, and welcome back to Far Lands or Bust. Here we are in episode... Hello, Wolfie! Episode 181. Woof, indeed. Making sure there aren't any creepers. A little bit of a forested area over here. Alright, let's secure the hidey-hole. Let's grab Wolfie, and we can continue east-west. I've been looking at your hints and tips in the comments as to how far off course I am, and I am indeed off course. Oop, there's a creeper. Taking a swim. Apparently, I've been overcompensating for my left driftiness by drifting too far right, so I'm going to, today, kind of go a little bit left to compensate for that. Overcompensate for the overcompensation, perhaps, you could say, but go a little bit left. We'll see where that brings us. Also, some of you said that I'm out of sequence with the day-night cycle for the elevated hidey-holes. That is possible, so we will see. But let's just go a little bit diagonal here. How am I doing on wool? I'm doing alright on wool. Got feathers. Hello, cow. You sound like an actual cow, don't you? Yeah, I don't like the new cow sounds in the new snapshots. I mean, they sound like the same wave sample, just slowed down and sped up, which kind of changes their pitch and makes them sound weird. They even sound reversed, like they're like, huh? They're very inquisitive cows. But anyway, who cares about the new snapshots and snapshots? We are in Far Lands or Bust, which means we're playing in beta 1.7.3, where the Far Lands still exist, so that is all that matters to us. Let's get a little bit of an overlook here to see if we're missing anything hidey-hole related. No. There's a couple pumpkins. I don't see any hidey-holes over here. Alright, now let's continue kind of going straight-ish. But yeah. Episode 181 of Far Lands or Bust. Of course, over at farlandsorbust.com, using the chip-in widget, we are still raising money for Child's Play charity. This Season 4 going for $100,000. And we're still raising money. We're at $1,357. 1.3%. It's very easy to come up with the percentages. As opposed to last time, when we were raising $29,000. There was some math involved, but yeah, still going, and you can still go on over there to farlandsorbust.com to contribute. I do appreciate everybody continuing doing so, and it's a great cause. I know I try to remind everybody now and again, it's a great cause for gamers to get behind. Child's Play charity started by the Penny Arcade folks, and they get toys, books, games, and other things to kids in hospitals around the world. And it's just, it's a good charity to get behind. Obviously, we've been doing it for many seasons here in Far Lands or Bust, and there's other charities, you know, the Zelda-thon, the Mario Marathon, Desert Bus for Hope, all that fun stuff. And a good cause, and it shows that gamers are indeed charitable, good, well-rounded folk. But yeah, I'm starting to feel a little bit lost here. But yeah, there's a lot of good, if you go to childsplaycharity.org, there's a lot of good testimonials about how Child's Play has helped out certain people, both from the families and the kids themselves and stuff like that. But it also, I guess myself, for those of you who watched the last Mindcrack episode I did, I kind of talked about my own... let me just say, as a kid, I was lucky enough. I was never sick. I never... well, I mean, I was sick, you know, you get the cold and the flu or whatever, but I was never... Oh, is that like all empty under there? Hold on. Sit, my good friend, sit. Yeah, there it is. Interesting. Ice base. Ah, that scared me. Oh. What? Okay. Floating blocks of water. You are kind of weird, and I'm not sure how to treat you. Yeah. I want to put down a torch, but it will melt all this ice, so... This is interesting. Let's... easily amused. I want to try to swim in them. I want to swim. I want to put my face... Yep. Oh, I can fly. And, oh, I am losing my breath there. Ha! That's fun. Ha! Okay. We will take such things as these. Of course, now I'm stuck. Boosh. Huh. Yeah, you can't see water through ice, so I didn't notice it here. Interesting. Oh, of all the interesting things we find here on Far Lands or Bust, that you can add to the list. Perhaps a future Far Lands or Bust flashback. Bing! But yeah, what was I saying? Oh yeah, I was always, I never had any long-term stays in a hospital as a kid. I didn't, have anything like that, or even as an adult, really. But thinking about it, with the Mind Crack episode, I'm talking about my stomach issues, and I've talked about it before here on Far Lands or Bust, and my current hypothesis is the gluten intolerance. So the last couple weeks I've been attempting a gluten-free diet, completely gluten-free, cutting it out. But yeah, and just thinking about, okay, when I do eventually get insurance, I'll certainly, this is all off my own assumptions and things like that. Certainly not at the urgency of any professional. So perhaps I will have to seek the assistance of a professional. I feel like it's going to be one of those things. I'm going to go in, hey doctor, I think I'm gluten intolerant or have the celiac disease or something like that, and they're just going to shrug their shoulders and tell me, well, just don't eat gluten then. I've been doing that. But yeah, it's got me thinking about, and there's actually, I don't know how many of you are familiar with boingboing.net, one of the greatest blogs on the interwebs, but I've been following that for a long time, years and years. And one of their writers, Sheni Jardin, I think that's how you say her name. It's spelled Xeni. Sheni Jardin, a very interesting, tragic story, obviously, but a very interesting story where she was recently diagnosed with breast cancer, and it was a really unusual, not unusual, I guess, but she basically was live tweeting when she went in just to get a checkup for it, and then, one of the tweets was like, I have cancer, and I'm like, oh, geez. But she's been very open and very forthright with the whole process, and she's a very strong person, and a lot of the stuff she goes through and she shares is very... It's difficult to read at times, obviously, but it happens to a lot of people who don't end up sharing it, and, as a strong person, the stuff she has to go through. And then I think about, getting back to Child's Play charity, think of going through the similar thing, obviously perhaps not breast cancer, but some sort of cancer or other illness. Think about going through the same thing, but as a kid. So yeah, true, Child's Play charity isn't, the money isn't going towards trying to find a cure for cancer or blah, 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 or anything of that nature, but the little bit it does help, it helps the kids, getting toys, books, and games, helps them, remain kids. I could only imagine, going through that sort of stuff as an adult. I would want games and video games and friends and things if I was stuck in a hospital for a long period of time right now, let alone as a kid. So, Child's Play charity, moral of the story, Child's Play charity, that's why we're supporting it. It's a great cause, and that's why you can keep going to farlandsorbust.com to contribute whatever little amount you would like to contribute yourself. I feel like we are completely lost on another topic here. Jeez. Oh, dear. Oh, interesting. Oh, yeah, we need to find the 699492 monument, because that is where our diamond sword of spawn pointiness resides. If we don't find that, then it is lost forever to the history of the FLoB world. So let's, I did make an extra bed. I have a contingency plan prepared. So let's do this. Let's make an elevated hidey hole. Hey, Wolfie. Woof. I know you're of no help to me because you have not made it this far before. But yeah, let's go to sleep here on the first night. we're lostness. Totally, completely lostness. Indeedness. Alright, there is kind of an ice plains biome. I remember distinctly that there was an elevated hidey hole that I made on ice, which I was hoping to see because we were traveling across quite a bit of ice over there. But so far have not seen such things as these. It's concerning, guys. I'm concerned. Alright, let's not deviate too much. Let's just keep going west. Perhaps we'll get lucky. Woof. Wolfie agrees. I am carrying around random snowballs for no reason. Hey, Wolfie! Woof! Go fetch! Oh my god, he went and fetched. Where'd he go? Oh, there he is. That was hilarious. He disappears. Oh, okay. Yeah. So yeah, here we are. Farlands are bust. Indeed. Continuing on. I don't apologize, but I do feel like there might be a little bit of a miniature explanation needed. We went a little bit over a week without a Farlands or bust, and I was kind of feeling out of it. Mentioned on Twitter, I wasn't feeling myself. It's kind of weird. This is the first. I still hesitate to call this a job, just because I feel like I'm getting away with something. But this is the first job that actually depends on my mood and personality. I'm obviously not going to record if I'm in a crappy mood. It's not going to be the most uplifting commentary in the world, but the last week or so I've been kind of but I've powered through it. We're all right, but it's also in explaining the lack of Farlands or bust or anything like that. It's also the first time this last couple weeks that I've had the opposite of the problem that I usually have. Which is, oh my god, I don't have a video to put up today. Let's record something and render it and edit it and strike that, reverse it. But let's render it and upload it and get it up in the same day, you know. Panic, panic, panic. These last few weeks, I've had more content than I know what to do with because I've been doing a lot of these series where we record a lot at once. Like Borderlands 2, we have a lot of episodes in the bag that we just render all at once and upload and schedule, and then we're all set, you know, every other day for a week or so, or a couple weeks. Same with Dirt Showdown. I tended to record that a lot of episodes at a time and upload it. Which, of course, today has ended. Well, I'm not sure when this episode is going to get up, but yeah, that series has ended. I beat the championship mode, and now there's really nothing else of use in that game. So that series has ended. I had a good time. It was a good series. Not that great of a game, but that was a good series. I enjoyed that. Hey, watch it. And then what else we got going on? We did a few episodes in Chivalry, medieval combat warfare, whatever the hell it's called. Let me just start by saying the developers of that game obviously originally got in contact with Vintage Beef and then gave him a bunch of codes so that all the Mindcrack guys could play. I do appreciate, especially in light of recent events, that those developers obviously have seen and appreciate the value of us YouTubers and Let's Players. And reached out to us to help them with the launch of their game. So that I applaud and I appreciate, and you guys should appreciate and at least check out that game, if not just for that fact. But also, I kind of preface that because I don't really like the game. So good job on that, but I'm not a fan of your game. Sorry, that's kind of the risk you take, I guess, when you reach out to the YouTube and the social media community to promote your video game, is that some of us might not like it. And a lot of the Mindcrack guys like it and are quite obsessed with it. Good and Vintage Beef and Paws like it quite a lot and have been playing it quite a lot and have gotten quite good at it. But I don't know. It just might be the first-person shooter-esque, hey, that's cool, aspect of it. I haven't liked a multiplayer, PvP, FPS in a long time, really since the original Call of Duty and Call of Duty United Offensive. I feel like those games got it right, and then things just ended up getting too complicated after that. Getting a little bit concerned once again here for the lack of hidey holes we've been seeing. But I don't know. Even Minecraft PvP, I'm a little bit not a fan of. There's a lot of problems with Minecraft in terms of the lag and the latency, which just makes it inaccurate and not fluid, and in certain cases, not fair. And then when that happens, it's really hard to have fun. So I definitely prefer the co-op stuff. I mean, like Borderlands 2, it's a first-person shooter. What the hell is Kurt doing playing a first-person shooter? But that's a lot of fun. The co-op thing, being with friends and having fun like that, that's really cool. But the PvP stuff, team deathmatch and all that stuff, I'm not. I might not be into that stuff as of late. And there are some problems still with the chivalry game. It's a little bit. There is some latency and lag issues and unbalance. I still don't understand why the frick a lightly armored archer can't outrun a fully armored, shielded, and metal-clad knight. That doesn't make any sense whatsoever. But yeah, there's some problems with that, and just the latency. Sometimes, you swing your sword, and suddenly the guy isn't there anymore because he's actually been knocked over there, and he's blocking, and whatever. So I don't know. I have another video coming up. And again, I don't know when this video is coming out, either tonight or last night. That'll be my last one from the first play session that I took time to kind of edit down, to kind of practice and play with, kind of doing a little bit more quickly editing. Oh, I thought that was a hidey-hole up there. It's a cactus. The quick edits and things like that, the highlight edits. I kind of took that as an opportunity to kind of practice that. But yeah, that was the first play session. I kind of took part in another play session. Play session? It's a play date. Yeah. Another time with the guys, but my game kept crashing. So none of my footage was good for any of that, so I didn't even bother to upload that. So, yeah, I don't think you'll be seeing much, if any, more chivalry from me, but as long as the other guys enjoy it, you can check it out on their channels, and stuff like that. But yeah, and also, speaking of cooperative stuff, we're starting. The KGBs are back. Wolfie's excited. The KGBs, we're starting the Spellbound Caves, a Vex map. This is the first time I've done a super hostile map, and we're doing it all together. So that's another series where we've recorded a lot, and I have more videos than I know what to do with. So hopefully we are catching up with that. But in doing that, I found it hard to find time both to record Far Lands or Bust here, but also to find like a time slot to put it up in. So hopefully I've kind of, now that like dirt has stopped, I've kind of starting to formulate not so much I don't want to have a schedule per se. But to get some sort of consistency back. So we're back on track. We're back on Far Lands or Bust, and I don't know, what is this coming up on the second night? If we can find ourselves back on track, perhaps by the end of this episode, we will find the 699492 epicenter. What is it called? The 699492 monument. And then in the next episode, we will actually once again start making progress towards the Farlands. You absolutely know what I have to do with this, which actually is cause for greater concern, because if I did pass by this, why wouldn't I have knocked that sand down? That is all sand. There's no sandstone supporting that. So I feel like I might be even further off course than previously imagined. Wolfie, it's dangerous up there, so sit. And as the sun sets, let's have a little bit of fun here. Where do I gotta hit this to make it all fall down properly? I feel like I should get out there a little further. Let's do that. Boop, boop. 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 Oh man, look at the block displacement, the selection box. I always get questions, why is it jittery? Why is the selection box off? That is just based on the fact of how far away I am from the spawn, and the game with its floating point precision errors. In terms of the math on how it calculates where I am in the map. just messes that up completely. Whoa, yeah, look at that. I'm way off. Cool. All right, but yeah, let's do this before the sun goes down. I'm going to hit that one right there. Yee! Awesome. Woo! Woo! How about you? You going to go too? Yep. Great. Great news. Very exciting. Let's just place a torch there for good measure. And then let's get out here into a little bit more safer areas. Oh, I need to make a bed as well. Away from the overhang. I don't need things spawning in the overhang. And this is a desert, so careful of the cactus, Wolfie. Right here probably is good. Wait a minute. Inching closer. Is that... I see blue over there. I see blue! Oh. Floating block of dirt. Accidental floating block of dirt. Apologies for leaving you. I think I see blue over there. I suppose we're going to know really soon if I see a light. Yeah, I think that's a hidey hole. Excellent. It's also... Yeah, screw that. It's... Oh, God. Oh, dear Lord. Okay. Damn it. Yeah, let's get safe. Quickly now before, like, a skeleton shoots me off. I also need a bed. Shh. Shh. Quiet, everyone. Oh, okay. Quickly, quickly, quickly. Yeah, this version of Minecraft doesn't have the brightness slider, so I was getting a little bit concerned that I wouldn't be able to see stuff like that zombie walking towards me. So yeah, even though we're just a mere couple blocks away from another hidey hole, let's go to sleep here. And back on trackness. Indeedness. Let's let this stuff burn. Do. All right. Oop, I kind of made this hidey hole a little bit too tall. I was panicking. All right. Let's go, Wolfie. Let's, hello, spider. Let's be careful of the cactus. Let's do that. Let's also be careful of those guys. It's a bad idea to be low in this valley like this. They can just get the drop on us. That was a sheep. Where's my shears? By indeed. Hooray! Okay, we're back. Well, that was... I had to have missed at least 2 or 3 hidey holes there. I feel like I should break this bed and just bring it with. Since we might need another one. Yeah, let's do that. Since I'm not going to obviously spawn here. And yeah, that's the reason I make the beds, guys, is... if I do die, which I have yet to die, in Far Lands or Bust. Yoink. I have yet to die in Far Lands or Bust. But if I do ever die, instead of spawning all the way back at spawn, some 600,000 blocks away, I want to spawn at the previous bed. Which actually... Oh, I think there's a spider spawn around here somewhere. Possibly. We don't care. Oh, lava. Let's go this way, Wolfie. Huh. So yeah, that's actually something I remember when they first introduced beds, it didn't reset your spawn. And I actually was doing Far Lands or Bust for a while there. Zombie spawner? But without that security. And then... they added that, but it didn't work. I tested it in one of my test worlds. I slept and then went and jumped off a cliff and died, and then it sent me back to my original spawn. So for a while there, they didn't work even. But then I eventually tested it out. Even the elevated hidey hole design, and that actually works as a spawn here. So that's why I make the beds every night. Do. But yeah, continuing on here. I guess I have some news, some space news. Space news. I don't have a title card for that, but like I do Minecraft news. But in terms of space news, you know that I went last... When the heck was that? Was that July or June? June? June. July. No, June was the transit of Venus. I went... May? May. Some point. Woof. At some point previously, I went down to Kennedy Space Center for a NASA social, which is their NASA tweet up, their kind of gatherings. They invite applicants from Twitters and the social media networks to come and get behind the scenes access to special events. Went for the inaugural flight of the SpaceX Dragon capsule to the International Space Station. Kind of their final, once they passed that test, they would get the contract to be the first commercial flight supply missions to the International Space Station. SpaceX, obviously owned by Elon Musk, the guy behind PayPal and the Tesla Motors and things like that. But yeah, I went to that. I missed the launch because it got delayed right at the last, literally the last half second. And instead of extending my stay to watch the launch, I decided to come back home. But recently, in recent news, obviously that mission went according to plan and went well. And then recently, just this past week, on October 8th, they launched another Dragon capsule atop the Falcon 9 rocket. And just yesterday, careful, Wolfie! Just yesterday, on the 11th, they docked with the space station. And that is the first official commercial resupply craft from the United States that is headed to the space station as an actual resupply mission. They've got over like 1,000 pounds of food and clothes and science equipment and stuff like that for the astronauts up on the space station. It was interesting because actually during the launch, it launched on its first attempt. There were no delays or anything like that. During the launch, like 80 seconds into the launch, they lost an engine. They lost engine 1 to a quote-unquote anomaly, they're calling it. On the video, it seems like a pretty catastrophic anomaly. There was a puff of smoke, and you could see shards of something falling behind the rocket. Careful, Wolfie, that's kind of precarious. Well done. You're all right with your pathfinding in this version. But, hey cow. But yeah, they lost engine 1, so it shut itself down. They say it didn't explode because they were actually still getting data from it, so I guess that's how they tell it doesn't explode, is that they're still receiving data from it. But even though they lost the first one of their 9 engines, the computer compensated exactly for that, and then ended up making that first stage burn longer so that it could make up for the loss of power with a longer burn. And for those of you who watch my Kerbal Space program are a little bit familiar with the whole launch apoapsis, periapsis sort of aspects of space flight a little bit. So yeah, that's really cool. And actually, they say that other current resupply spacecraft and rockets don't even have that capabilities. So another feather in their cap. They're obviously going to go back and look at what the hell went wrong and try to prevent it in the future. But that was an interesting thing to see happen and watch how they kind of compensate for that. But yeah, that's kind of cool. That kind of just happened, and now it's space flight, manned or unmanned, is never commonplace, but it's just become commonplace. It's like, okay, SpaceX is now resupplying the International Space Station. Voila! So that's cool. Cool space news. Gotta keep... Well, now I guess we should be back on sequence. Ooh, that's cool. With the hidey-holes. Whoop. Into the water. Ah, that was loud. What else? Oh, I have other space news. Speaking of the NASA tweet-ups and NASA socials, I mentioned I would try to remind you guys when new ones were announced. And there are, indeed... I would hit that, but Wolfie's on it. I don't need him to suffocate. But there are indeed new NASA socials taking place. You can go to nasa.gov/social, and that gives you all their information about upcoming NASA tweet-ups and socials. But they're having a new one. That registration is going to start soon at Kennedy Space Center, Florida, which is where I went, to see Space Shuttle Atlantis travel from where it is right now at the VAB, I believe. Either that or the OPF, the Orbiter Processing Facility. They're going to transfer it from there to its permanent exhibit at the Kennedy Space Center Visitor Center. And they're holding a NASA tweet up to give you behind-the-scenes, up-close access to that process. The tweet up and the event is happening November 1st and 2nd. Signing up starts this October 16th through the 18th. And for this one, because it is at Kennedy Space Center, and they are giving you behind-the-scenes access to restricted areas, you do have to be a United States citizen over the age of 18. You can have your green card, however. That counts as being a U.S. citizen to them. So if you do have that, then you can sign up for that as well. And it's when you do sign up, it's only good for you. You can't bring a guest. So keep that in mind as well. And obviously, you have to travel to Kennedy Space Center, Florida. Careful, Wolfie. Stop glitching into trees. So yeah, that's really cool. That'd be something cool to see. Obviously, Endeavour just had its magical flight across country to the California, where that's going to... when are they going to do it? The next couple weeks or so, they're going to roll it through the streets of LA to get to its permanent museum home. California Science Museum, I think is the name of it, but I don't know. I don't think there's any NASA social setup for that, simply because it's traveling through public space. So just walk outside and see it rolling down the streets. Oh God, that was a fall and a half. All right, get over here. Now I gotta feed you. Oh, idiots. All right, sit. Boop and a boop and perhaps one more. Boop. Yep. What else is up? Woof. Damn it, I don't see a hidey-hole. Oh dear. Get out of my way. Lost. So yeah, anyway, like I was saying that, I'll put the link in the video description to where there's information about the NASA socials and you can sign up yourself. So yeah, highly recommended. Those are the NASA socials I went to at Kennedy Space Center. And in addition to obviously watching the space shuttle roll on by and head to its final home, you get probably a tour of the Kennedy Space Center and the launch pads and the VAB and stuff like that. So that's really cool that they put that on. And actually, Atlantis, I got up close and personal to Atlantis during the SpaceX NASA tweet up. Bing! I'm assuming I'm going to put a picture there. But yeah, I was in the Orbiter Processing Facility right underneath, like literally, don't touch it, you're that close. So that was really cool. So perhaps some of you guys might be able to sign up and get into that, and you'll be able to watch it get transferred from that location to the visitor center location. But yeah, let's go to sleep. Woof. And where's the hidey holes? Looking around. It's a burning zombie, not a hidey hole. Ah, what's that? Oh, that's kind of a fake 699492 monument. That's interesting. No, but yeah, well, yeah. In this map, everything, the monument will be built. Just because the Hidey-Hole Paradox preserves the changes I've made to the map. So we are looking for a barbershop candy stripe tower. So I don't think that'll be too difficult to confuse. But all right, I think this. I think we're getting close. But I feel like this, regardless, will have to be the last day. Ooh, free residue. Yoink. I feel like this will have to be the last day of this episode, because normally I keep it to 3-day episodes, but since this is kind of a special situation and we want to get back to the 699492 monument, no, that's not it at all, as soon as possible, I'm making these a little bit extended episodes. Indeed, woof. Well, oh god, that was like really, I thought that was on top of me. Good grief. Whew. Aha. I gotta change my pants. What else is up? I got a lot of comments on an earlier episode because I mentioned Minecon, obviously, in reaching the last Child's Play charity fundraiser goal and doubling it. I said I would go to Minecon, and I am indeed doing that. And I kind of mentioned I'm not sure what the connectivity is going to be like there. And that is coming up really soon, Minecon. But I'm not sure what the connectivity is going to be. And I kind of mentioned I'm not sure if they have Wi-Fi or internet access there. A lot of you misconstrued that as me thinking that France as a whole is like a primitive state that doesn't have internet or Wi-Fi or anything like that. I know that's not the case. I don't know, France might have probably better internet than the United States because, I don't know, maybe they're not, regulated monopolies in areas that inflate the prices and reduce the service. Soapbox, but Wolfie, there he is. But what I meant was I didn't know what kind of Wi-Fi the hotels would have. Even in the United States, the hotels, when you go on a trip or go to a hotel or you see people going to conventions and whether or not you even have Wi-Fi access, whether or not it's free, whether or not it's completely crap in a hotel. I don't know if Disney Paris... Oh, Hidey-Hole, okay. Whew, I was getting worried there. I don't know if Disneyland Paris, it's not necessarily, as far as I'm aware, a business destination, so I don't know if they really spent any of their infrastructure on getting Wi-Fi or connectivity enabled in their rooms. Careful, Wolfie. See, the wolf even, or the wolf? The cow even tells you to be careful. But yeah, that's my only concern. And I just wanted to kind of say that in that when I'm at Minecon, I would love to be totally connected and be like twittering it up and twit-picking, and all that stuff, and even uploading videos perhaps, but I'm just preparing you guys for the fact that when I and the rest of us are at Minecon, we might be completely off the grid. So you might have to wait until we return to hear about our adventures and calamities and whatnot. But, I should probably... Yeah, let's do that. Let's take this bed. I don't want the cactus. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Hey, this is a extra tall Hidey-Hole. Yoink. So yeah, that's what I don't know about. And also, I can't use my cell phone there at all because I don't have a global SIM card or anything with my carrier, and I'm not gonna like buy a whole new cell phone just so I can use it for 5 days in France. So yeah, that's all I was preparing you guys for. We're still waiting, even though we're a month out. Whew, panic attack. A month out or so, a little bit over a month out for Minecon. We're still kind of waiting to hear about panels, schedules, where things are happening. So with the knowledge that we might be completely off the grid, I'm hoping to be able to give you guys as much information as possible before the fact, so that those of you who are going get a chance to meet and greet and indeed and whatnot and etc. I'm hoping to bring something. I have ideas. I'm hoping to bring some sort of handouts or giveaways. I know I've been sending postcards to people who give to my tip jar account. Totally not required, totally not even encouraged or anything like that, but I've been doing that, so I have stuff like that already, but I was thinking of trying to do something special, even though I know the Mindcrack guys are trying to think something, as all of us, community-wise, as we get together, something Mindcrack branded to give to some people that we see or something like that. I don't know. I'm still trying to think of that stuff. So yeah, I definitely want to somehow coordinate with the people who are going so we get a chance to meet. So I'm depending on getting more information before the weekend of Minecon. So yeah. Woo! Indeed. Looking forward to that. Indeed. Woof. Alright, we're coming on the last few hours. The last few hours of this episode. It's FLoB-athon. No, the last few minutes of the day here as it's past noon. I mean, it was kind of a foresty biome like this, where the 699492 monument is located. It was obviously that big pillar and a mountain behind it. I don't think it wasn't like an extreme Z Hillsy biome, but it was kind of this. I think there was a small amount of water before it. Not so much like a giant ocean, but more of like a something of a split in the water. I don't remember so much gravel. Kind of a choppy ocean. What's over there? I'm interested in seeing what's over there. Let's load. Let's carefully get out a boat. What's that? What's over there? Load, I say. Keep my eye out. I don't remember specifically. Of course, I didn't really explore much of it. I just kind of went up and said, hey, this place is already like a pre-built monument, so I just kind of made it the monument. Oh. It's the music of concern music. What's over there? Oh, careful, Wolfie. Oh, God, that scared me. I thought he was going to murder me. Crap. Remember a snow biome. All right, let's do a little bit of sideways action here just to make sure. I don't know why, that kind of looked familiar in that back distance there. Oh, we passed up on the left. Then again, maybe not. Crap. Crap, we need the diamond sword of spawn pointiness. What to do? That's gonna be another cliffhanger, guys. Alright, let's travel over this kind of watery situation here. Yeah, I don't remember any snow being around the 699492 monument. Balls. Ah! Oh, God, these sounds that just suddenly sneak up on me. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. Woof. Yeah, I know. Wolfie's like, what are you so worried about? I don't remember any sort of special thing we're looking for. It's because you weren't here. You were not here. You were somewhere else. I had to go back and get you. That was a horrible rendition of that voice that I do sometimes. Balls. It's entirely possible I passed it up because I do tend to walk faster here than I did during the FLoB-athon. And I did, yeah, I think I might have passed it up. I did, I reached the location well before the nighttime, and I started kind of setting up and exploring, and crap, I hear zombies. Alright. Well, it's gonna be another cliffhanger, guys. Will we or won't we find the 699492 monument in Farlands or Busts? And we'll be able to get back here. Wolfie, don't go out into the darkness. There. Will we be able to retrieve our diamond sword of spawn pointiness? Find out next time on Far Lands or Bust. God, chicken scared the crap out of me. Yeah. Thank you for joining me for this episode. Certainly. You can keep going to farlandsorbust.com to contribute to Child's Play charity. As I explained, the little chip-in widget on the homepage. Just click on that button and it takes you to PayPal and you can donate directly. Woof. And all that money goes to a good cause, getting toys, books, games. I lost my workbench. I didn't pick it up. Dang it. Toys, books, and games to children in hospitals around the world. It's a great cause. So get behind that. I really do appreciate it. And like I said, we're trying to reach $100,000 this season. Indeed. So, yeah. I don't know what to do next episode. I'm not going to press F3 again. I only do that, obviously, at the end of those thank you marathon charity weekends. So I might have to scroll through your guys' comments to see if you have any input as to where I went wrong. But I guess look forward to next episode to see what we can do here. So yeah, thanks so much for watching. My name is Kurt. I will see you. Oh, voice crack. Next time.